Well, carving is over.
I have not met
and
many
it's
people in my life
campfire
that have
time.
my same name. Maybe
And we've got a full house.
I'm everywhere. Jim's Jesus, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, be at work when all 5 Jessies are there. I'm the only Jessica. We have a Jessie in the back. We have a Jessie that was a host. I had 2 other Jessies that were servers and me, Jessica, in the bar. All 5 of us there in one night. Jesse. We're all turning around. What? Use the last initial. Yeah.
Well, we had the same.
That's weird.
We had the same problem at the barbecue. You know, Troy. We have Scare Hollow and Hellmouth turning around.
Yeah.
So there was Troy and Hellmouth. It was the only way of keeping you 2 straight.
Which is weird because I'm not used to being called that, so it's like.
Yeah.
Then you said something, you didn't even use Hellmouth. You said like Demon Boy or something like that. I'm like, what? Really? How do we progress at that?
We're just gonna come up with random names for you and hope that you respond.
Yeah.
That's the way it's gonna work the rest of the day.
Problem is, he's so used to be calling random names, he whips his head around and looks anyway.
No, you look just because if somebody else doesn't recognize it, then that's why you look is to say, okay, who are you talking to? What, you talking to me? You talking to me? Yeah.
Hey, it's a bat.
Yes.
Yep.
It's awesome.
We could cage it and stick it in the
Yeah,
fridge.
the
It'll
bats
sleep.
are flying out now.
Yeah, you know, it's about this time of year.
Well, you know, before I got into doing Halloween, I did a lot of online gaming, you know, with, you know, friends from around the world. EverQuest, Rift, Warhammer, Dark Age of Camelot. You know, I did that for 12 to 14 years. And in '99, I got hurt on the job. Got 3 herniated discs in my back. Lost both my jobs, and that's what got us going into doing the produce. But I was sitting a lot. Sorry.
Not you. I was making sure she's okay. I couldn't see.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were telling me to keep it down.
Oh, okay, yeah, keep it down too, Ram.
Okay.
You're really loud. I can hear you over here.
Yeah.
How can you be a haunter? You're waking the dead. You're supposed to keep the dead dead.
Dead. But, you know, I spent a lot of time sitting. And by 2005, I went in to get my back fixed, you know, surgery, and they weighed me. I was 310 pounds.
Hold on, let me do this right.
And stuff. You know, and now after I've got my back fixed, and with everything else.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, no, you didn't. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But now I seem to fluctuate anywhere from about 260 up to about 280, you know. But it just kind of told me, you know, doing all that sitting around, doing all that online gaming and stuff, it just wasn't healthy, you know, because I'm sitting there banging on the keyboard, eating cookies,
Did it go
eating
straight
chips.
to your hips?
And it went straight to my gut, my ass, and my hips. But, you know, sitting there on the keyboard, you know, munching on chips, you know, while you're killing the level 10 sorceress, and, you know, munching on cookies while you're playing with the Wizard of Oz. And,
Does this shirt make me look fat, or does just my fat make me look fat? Yeah.
you know, it just isn't good for you. You got to be up and moving around.
Yep.
You know.
And
Gotta be
that's
up.
been my problem is, I'm not sure if anybody knew it, but I injured my back too 2 years ago with a haunt.
Yeah.
I fell backwards and whatever, and I just, with the whole Obama healthcare thing, even though you've got like I had a $500 deductible,
Yeah.
I was just in the process of getting my back looked at and everything, and then lost my job, so it's like, can't afford this anymore.
Yeah.
But all they wanted me to do was just like exercises.
Physical therapy is what they called it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I went to do.
I call it physical torture.
Yeah.
I call it physical bullshit.
Yeah.
They did that with me for 5 years before they finally said surgery. And they said 3 herniated discs in your lower back. We'll just put you through physical therapy, swim therapy, exercise bikes. They went in to do the surgery. The doctor told me it's an hour surgery. You know, they're going to knock you out. You'll be in there underneath the hour. You'll wake up in the recovery room. I came out in the recovery room. I was in there for 3 hours. They found out when they cut me open, the bone had actually grown out and over the herniation.
Oh my god.
So they had to trim the bone off my spine to get to the herniation to fix the herniation.
Wow. And physical therapy is supposed to help that, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it didn't. I ended up with nerve damage going down my left leg. You bump my leg the right way and it buckles.
Wow.
You know, I have trouble with walking. Like tonight, I stumbled quite a bit. You know, getting to my chair over by the prop car.
I
It was
thought you
because of
had
the
too
hill.
much drink.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and it was just my leg just wasn't handling it. I stepped the wrong way, and, you know, right down she goes.
And my doctor a few years back, they were trying to tell me, put me through physical torture after physical torture. And then after a while he said, oh, with your back, it's just something you have to live with.
Yeah,
And it's like, nope. So I found a back specialist and had 2 back surgeries since then, and actually I'm able to walk a lot better than I was.
yeah.
Really?
The doc.
Didn't you? Oh, it was a toe surgery you had with the
I
haunt.
had foot surgery with the haunt, yeah.
Okay.
But I've had 2 back surgeries and 4 foot surgeries.
Wow.
I know.
Is it okay to throw plastic into the fire? Cups?
I appreciate no.
No.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
Hey, at least I asked. I was just gonna tell them. No, I better ask.
I mean, I used to. Dude, I had somebody pissed me off before. They broke a chair,
Yeah.
and I was inside the house. This is back after my divorce when I was having parties. They broke a plastic chair. You already see where this is
Yeah.
going. I went inside the house,
And they melted it.
and I came back out, and it was like half gone in the fire, big old black cloud. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, we were trying to get rid of the evidence. Like I wasn't going to notice the chair was just mysteriously missing. Ah.
Yeah.
Get away. Put a block of smoke.
Yeah. I'm glad it was at night when it was dark.
That's some weird hat. I always remember that outro
Oh
with him.
no, that's some bad hat, Harry, because that was the old out. That was the whatever
End of house.
Yeah.
end of house.
Yeah. Some bad hat, Harry.
Okay, I
Yes.
think it was also at the end of oh gosh, that the one with the 3 witches from the 90s.
Charmed?
Yes, wasn't it?
Nope. And it's still on air, TNT.
Oh no, the one from Charmed is what's that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the one from Buffy was where I got the grr, arg.
Yeah.
That's where I got that from.
Yeah.
I love those little guys. I retired.
What does that mean? What's that
The
mean?
production company. At the end of a TV show or whatever, they'll always show the production company, and they'll do like something.
Bones does the same thing.
Yeah. Or like if you watch Law and Order, it's a coyote howling at the moon.
Yeah.
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 But the whole thing about That's Some Bad Hat, Harry, if you watch Jaws,
Yeah.
I think it's Jaws. That's an actual scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been here, Troy?
I've been sitting in this damn chair for about 10 years. How long have I been where?
Here.
Here at this house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Since December of 05. My first haunt here was in 07. And do you know the history at all?
The history of Tomo?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Did you want to hear it?
Yes.
Because after I'm done, I don't know your history, so I would like to hear yours too.
Jim, that's the totally wrong question to ask. If you ever expect to get home and get into bed, you're going to be here for days listening to the history of Hellmouth.
No, I've got an abridged version.
We got over 15,000 vlogs to run through now.
17.
17,000 vlogs? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
17,800 and some now.
1,700 something, yeah. 40, 50 something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's up there.
But okay, so I was always into Halloween because of my parents.
Uh-huh.
And you met my mom tonight, short and little and
Yeah.
cute. My dad's the same
Did you
way.
grow up in this area?
Huh?
Did you grow up in Lakewood?
Kent Renton area.
Kid right there.
My parents would always play the old Disney sound effects record. They turned the lights down because they had the lights on a dimmer switch, and we'd
Right.
always do that. And that's what kind of, I think, progressed me.
Uh-huh.
One year went trick-or-treating, and my friend and I went into someone's house, which you know is a complete no-no. I say no-no like I'm 12.
Yeah.
And so we went in there anyway, and this lady had the spider that dropped down, and
Now you know why he's like
dropped
the way he
spider
is.
down and scared the crap out of us. And I think it was at that moment that kind of sparked something.
Right.
Years later, flash forward, apartment, couldn't really do anything in the apartment. I started putting like the pattern lights, like the cat with the outline of the lights in the
Right.
window and stuff. And then I got my own house. And the first year that we were here, we had like 12 trick-or-treaters. I'm like, huh, kind of sucked. The next year, I had somebody hand out candy, and I had this dilapidated camper trailer, like 1960s, and I had this big wood block. And as people, after they got the candy and they come through the fence, I'd slam the block down on the floor, and I'd shake the trailer, and it scared the crap out of people. I'm like, ooh, this is fun. So the next year, I started talking to my
The trailer year, how many people did you have stop by that year?
it was still low, like 20, 30 maybe.
Yeah.
I started talking to my late ex-stepson's girlfriend's dad, because he did a haunted house just for a party for his daughters and all their friends.
Right.
In 2007, we collaborated on a haunt, and I had it under just the carport out front. And it was so funny because I think that you can look back to like your first haunt and how you were stressed out that things weren't done, it was taking so long.
Yeah.
But looking at it now and what you did then is like,
Oh yeah.
that would have taken me 10 minutes. Why was I stressing out?
There were felonies I think created in some of my first haunts. That's no joke, man. We had my son was 6 months old, and I basically made up a bunch of tombstones out of every scrap piece of wood I could find. And there was, your typical, it was Dracula, Frankenstein, did a few other horror movie ones because, Dracula, Frankenstein, they were old classic horror movies in them. So there was Krueger and Cujo and stuff like that. And I basically got into my I created myself as a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
And the first year I did it, the first time I come outside, the first group of people to come through to go trick or treat, because we lived in a neighborhood where there were a lot of kids. And the first time somebody come by and I was sitting in a chair, and they thought I was just a prop.
Mm-hmm.
Until I stood up. And the moment I got that reaction, I was hooked. The moment you get that first pop scare,
Mm-hmm.
you're done.
Yep.
And it's amazing on how much it's grown. After 26 years, it was like I was telling, Ram and stuff at the barbecue, I had no idea any of this existed. I had no idea about it. I went to Liquid Costume to buy makeup. I seen a flyer on their counter that said Halloween Hellmouth. I went, I was here last year, I seen the same thing. What's this Hellmouth all about? I have to know what it is. So we come here last year. Then it was, okay, so been to Hellmouth, and then I seen something on Facebook about Halloween Hellmouth, and I went, click, and the next thing you know, Northwest Haunters Association popped up. Because I liked Hellmouth, and then I started getting stuff. And I'm going, how is this that I've been doing this stuff for 26 years of...
You didn't do it
Well,
for all of those years.
Well, I know, not all of them, because I
You
did
took
take
a definite
I took
hiatus.
about a 5 or
Definite
6 year hiatus of doing the haunt because my wife was very, very
Very
anti-Halloween.
anti-Halloween.
Uh,
I was not allowed Halloween growing up.
it was, and the thing is as my oldest daughter started getting older, she really was like, Dad, I want to do this again. She was about 13 years old. And that's how the rebirth of my haunt, it was kind of a rebirth. And I started, because I had gotten rid of every prop I ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay.
Did that not kill you?
Getting rid of it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, drove me insane.
I never saw any of it. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It wasn't until even a couple of years ago that people would come by and I would go to places and they would be like, I remember his house. I remember that house when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I had
When he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never seen it until the past 5 years.
6 years now.
6 years now.
6 years now.
But I had no idea. And it's growing and growing, and I'm
Now getting
slowly.
into warming
I'm
up
like
to the
that toddler getting into the pool.
My wife
I'm
went
a
through the
little
same thing.
apprehensive, and if I just take the plunge, it'll probably be really neat. I'm still apprehensive. I'm getting a little bit better with it.
You know,
I'm willing to help with the makeup, and I'm willing to help with props, and I don't like the scare and gore, but
if I may, one of the things, the biggest reason why I do it is because, I mean, I realize that everybody has different faiths and different things that they believe in.
right.
I think, though, that everybody can agree that this single life that we're living right now will never happen again.
Correct.
I like to create memories, and I like to create positive memories because
Oh, yeah.
those are the ones that we take with us through this whole lifetime.
Right.
So if I can do that for the actors and for the people that come through the haunt, make an impression, you know, and it's something that's safe, it's something that's fun,
Yeah.
and you know, if I can do that, that's why I do what I do.
Right.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with that. It's progressively grown into something, and I do enjoy doing what we do. I might not like the gore, and I might not like everything, but it's great to hear the stories, and it's great to hear the memories of people. 2 years ago, I was here. Last year, I brought my son. He wouldn't go through, but this year he did, and it's fun in that aspect.
I literally
and so I
had-
will do the makeup, and I will do the things, and I will embrace it
Yeah.
because it's one night. It takes a whole year to put it together.
Yeah.
One night.
For one night.
Squeeze
And
two
you
out
know,
of it if
but,
you can.
but then look at the other
9
holidays that
months
we
of-
spend months and months preparing for and doing for one day. Well, even from the bowling alley, when we fogged everything out. Like, gosh, there was a lot of fog. I remember Halloween, and everybody came
We've
in,
had
and
fog rolling down.
the
Last
fog
year we had.
I said, yeah, that was us.
We've actually had
Sorry.
fog roll all the way. I mean, we live 2 blocks off Pacific Avenue, which is, for you guys that don't live in the area, is the main. It's like South Tacoma Way. The 2 main streets that go through Tacoma is South Tacoma Way and Pacific Avenue. We live 2 blocks off. We've had fog rolling down Pacific Avenue.
72nd.
Wow.
We've had it so bad.
We had it so
hilarious.
thick last year. We had to shut down the haunt for a half hour to let the fog clear out.
We've had it so bad at our house.
But
Just from the fog machine
we're
in the graveyard. We're the second house in off the main street, and they've got nice fog light, street lights right through there. Cars are doing 5 miles an hour down the main street, and it's usually 35 to 40.
Yeah.
Just from the fog from our graveyard getting
Yeah,
out on the
that's
main
us.
street.
That would be us.
Uh-huh.
Last year, you could not. There was so much fog in the haunt. If you just stuck your hand out a foot in front of you, you could not see it.
Yeah. We've had that happen in our big tent, and it's like, we had someone call the fire department one year. Because on the corners of the tent, you're supposed to secure the top down. We always left them loose.
We haven't had the fire department.
So,
We haven't-
air could get in there and circulate. And we had the fog machine, one of our first years in there, and we didn't check it. We just left it turned on and never went in there, because we were out dealing with the crowd or whatever.
Right.
Pretty soon I had someone in a fire marshal car come by. Is everything okay here? Your tent's not on fire? And I look over at the tent, and out of the air holes, all you see is this heavy, thick stream of fog on all 4 corners of the tent. You go in there, and I'm tripping over fences, over the pond. You can't see 2 inches in front of your face. And it's like, I think it's time to turn the fogger off now.
We use,
Now we got
have-
remotes.
Yeah.
We have a couple 2,000-watt foggers that we use, but I used to own 4 of them, but after I got rid of my end out of my selling a lighting company, we've rented one for the last few years. I mean, it's a 3,000-watt fogger. This thing will fog. You hit the button, you hit the run button, and it'll pump out 40,000 cubic feet of fog per minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing will fog a building in seconds. It's also the kind of foggers they use for fire training when they have to go into a building. Firefighters got to go into a building filled with smoke. Same type of foggers.
We've been pretty good with our neighbors, with the crowds that we do draw. Our off nights, not Halloween, but, the other nights that we're open. We do 150 people, 200 people, and you get the cars associated with that. Halloween night, you can't get in or out of your driveway at all
Yeah.
for 4 blocks. I mean, there's people parking 4 blocks away and walking in. And I keep waiting for my neighbors to give an uproar. You know, and every year, usually right before I set up, I go door to door, or I talk, you know, to the neighbors, you know, I see outside. Any problems? We're doing the haunt again, you know, or after Halloween. Any problems? And the only complaint I've had from one neighbor is, I hate the traffic. I hate the noise. And, you know, she's 80 years old. And she goes, but it really doesn't bother me because I turn my light off and I'm in bed by 8:30 and I don't hear a peep. And I'm thinking, you know, we've got all the animated props going off, the music going off, the crowds, you know, and she's not hearing a thing. And all my neighbors are the same way. They either come down and hang out at my haunt for an hour or two, handing out their candy or helping with crowd control or whatever, or they're donating stuff, you know, for the haunt and stuff. And they love it. You know, they bring their grandkids down or their kids down, or they're telling their co-workers, you know, and getting their co-workers to come down with their kids. And I'm surprised how much they've supported us. But we've got a restaurant that went in right across the street from us. The first 2 years they were there, or 3 years we were there, they were there, we either had code enforcement at our place or the police at our place.
Oh, wow.
And we finally just told them, hey, you know, my family's been in this house since 1954. You don't fuck with the oldest family on the street. Because we made a living hell for them,
So
you
that's
know.
the way I feel.
You know, going on. And it's like, hey, you know, this happens. It's one night a week. And they actually got to realizing a lot of people, yeah, the parking lot was filling up with our people for our haunt. But a lot of those people, after they went through the haunt, they were going over to the restaurant buying coffee, buying hot chocolate. They were making a killing on Halloween night and didn't realize it the first 3 years. Now they're all for it. You know, they love it. You know, and it just took them 3 years to get used to it. They just weren't used to being inundated, I guess,
Yeah.
in October.
Well, it's a kebab house. What do you expect?
Our
Yeah.
neighbors really haven't complained, but they really haven't said anything either.
Yeah.
And I look at it kind of the same way with you. You've been there your family's owned that house since, you know, the 50s.
Yeah, 54 is when my grandfather bought it.
The house we live in, my parents bought the house in 1969. So, and I've been there since 1969, and I'm the last one on the block. The block is mine. I
Yeah.
own it. If you don't like it, here's my solution. Move.
Yeah.
You don't like that.
Yep.
Well, guys,
Yes, we are.
the fire's still going on.
Fire.
We're doing s'mores
Flip
and
moms,
trading
flip
tales.
channels.
But it's getting late, so me and the wife are going to get on the road. So, bringing this vlog to a close.
Hold on, this is just funny because Ram's sitting here, he's like, alright, all you people in YouTube land,
I was trying to be quiet, so I went.
we're about ready to roll out of here, but we're gonna play some smooth jams on 96.5. Gonna roll on out of here, smoke a dub, everything be just fine.
No, you're fine.
With that, we're going to say, stay spooky, and for Troy's sake,
Start?
stay toxic.
Yeah, I've been a long
Happy hunting, guys. Bye.
Bye.